What do you get when you mix a health coach and a wellness coach mixed with a lot of curiosity? You get two people who ask a lot of questions about health and wellness. Today we ask, how do you deal with all the parties, especially when they are back to back? And how do you get back on track?
It is the time of year you want to see everyone and you don't want to be the party pooper. But how do you deal with it and still set yourself up for success? So let's get started as we ask.
Wait, what? Hi,
Hi, how are
Happy
you?
New Year. How are
Happy
you?
New Year. Full disclosure, my voice has a sexy sultry thing
It
going on,
does.
so I'm okay. It's just sitting in my throat.
Okay, so you're good. You just have a like scratchy throat.
Yeah, I'm trying to be sexy for the new year.
Oh, good idea. Bring in the New Year sexy.
Yeah. How was your holidays?
Everything was good.
Good.
Everybody was spoiled and as they should be, and it was great.
Nice.
I'm ready for January.
Yes, I am too.
I am.
I'm
I
ready.
Another full disclosure though. I weighed myself the first time in 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't horrified, but I wasn't happy,
Okay. That's fair.
right?
Yeah, it's that time of year.
I was actually, if I'm being honest, I was a little relieved,
Okay.
but I wasn't happy. You know what I mean?
Why were you relieved?
Because I thought it was going to be really bad. Because don't forget, I've been on crazy medications for the past 2 months, like
Right.
steroid injections and shots and pills and blah blah blah, all that stuff for my headaches. So I was just I still feel bloated and puffy from it. So I'm like, oh boy, it's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be good.
It's probably going to take a while for your
Yeah,
body to settle back. And
yeah,
plus the stress of having pain, that doesn't
yeah.
help anything.
hmm
Oh,
True.
good grief.
How
Well,
was
I'm glad
your?
you're not disappointed.
Well, I didn't say I'm not disappointed. I'm just not crying.
Okay, I'll
How
take
about
it.
how about you? How was your holiday?
It was all good. We went on vacation and I got sick, so it was a little not as much fun, but it's all good. Got to
Okay.
see my children, which I told you they're my favorite people on the whole planet. So,
Yes. Yes. Well, good. I'm
uh,
glad you got to spend time with family then.
yes, definitely. Do you remember even what your call to action was?
I had to look it up, and it was to do my arm exercises, and I did not do them daily. I did not do them every other day. I did them intermittently, I will say, like
Yeah, but
random.
I mean, I think it's fine because if you were dealing with all that pain from your headaches,
Yeah,
it's reasonable that you didn't even think about that.
I did think about. Well, no, I didn't think about it some days.
Yeah.
Some days I was like, I should get up and do it. And then part of me was like, oh God, I don't have a headache right now. I don't want to joggle my brain or any of that. Like, I don't know,
Hmm.
which is probably an excuse, but I did do them a little bit, and then I actually did them yesterday just because I was waiting for something to finish, so I just did a couple.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So,
That's
but
really
what,
good.
what was yours?
Mine was to eat 3 square meals.
Okay.
Because I tend to skip meals and then I'm too hungry and then I don't eat well. And once got on board that train, I can't stop it. So, it's always easier for me on vacation because people need to eat on time. So I'm like, oh, I guess it's time to eat lunch, or I guess it's time to eat dinner.
hmm
And that's actually better for me because I'll do a little bit heavier lunch and then a lighter dinner, which is always better for me. I feel less bloated. I feel less, I don't
hmm
know, just ick.
Now, when you're on vacation, do you guys eat dinner late?
We try not to, but sometimes the reservations for 6:30 or
Okay.
7 and then by the time you get your food, it's
Oh
like
yeah.
7:30 and
Oh yeah.
but on the first half of the trip, we did eat like basically 2 meals for the trip. We'd eat a late breakfast, really heavy, and then a little bit earlier dinner, which I like
I
that
kind of
too.
like that.
Hmm. For vacation, it's good for me because in the afternoon, maybe you want a little snack or a
Yeah.
little nosh. And for me, that heavier 2 meals are better than maybe three.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We did that today. I had a heavier breakfast and then we did a lighter or a heavier dinner and I just
Hmm.
whatever. Same as what you're saying. I said it wrong, but yeah, and I feel like I don't need to eat anymore at all tonight.
And you know, it sort of. I sort of did an experiment where I wasn't focused so much on I shouldn't get the waffles because they had gluten-free waffles somewhere, or I shouldn't eat this, or I shouldn't. I just like, oh, I feel like this. I'm gonna eat it. And I was slowing, as I've been working on slowing down and chewing, and then I would be full and I would actually stop eating it. Only
Oh my God.
one time, there was like a Detroit style gluten-free pizza, and I ate 2 slices, and that was way too much because it's like loaded with oil
Yeah, sounds so good.
and it sounds great, but it was like when you eat it and you're like, "Ooh,
Too
no."
much.
Yeah.
But
That was the
as
only
you're eating
time.
that second piece, you're just like, oh my God, it's
Yep.
so good. I shouldn't finish this. I should
Yeah.
put it down right now. Oh, but I might as well just finish it. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only one time I did that, but the rest of the time, I wasn't worried about, "I'm paying for this and I have to throw it away." I was like, "Well,
Hmm.
no." My body's like, "No, let's please stop."
Yeah.
So, I'm
That's
getting better at
important.
it.
That's
Yeah.
a very important to listen to because I don't know how to do that. In
It takes
researching
work.
this episode, I was like, I don't do that at all. I'm terrible with that. So,
Mm.
hmm, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. I need to work on it more. So,
Well, you have a lot of things happening. You're juggling so many
ugh,
plates.
I know, but so is everybody, which is
Yeah.
probably why I don't think a lot of people slow down and ask themselves the questions.
Yeah, but just because so is everybody doesn't mean that you don't have like you don't
Yeah,
get a pass for
I
being
know.
so busy and overwhelmed.
Yeah. But then there are people that are busy and overwhelmed that still do it. You know what I mean?
I suppose.
I'm sure there are. You are just as busy.
Well, it's just I don't know, it's just different. I think
This is true.
uh, you know, for me, exercise or watching what I'm eating, I'm doing it not yes, I'd love to lose some weight. Great, that would be awesome. But if I'm not feeling good, that's a higher priority for me. Like to figure out why.
Yeah.
If I'm
That's true.
really
That's a good
my
point.
pants are tight or I'm really uncomfortable, I'm having a lot of reflux, that doesn't feel good. It takes your time away from wherever you should be. So
Hmm.
for me, my motivation is more, how can I feel better?
Yeah. that is where I am at too. And I actually went through what month did I feel the best this year?
Oh,
That was in I'm doing this random thing of things I've learned about myself this year, and I'm writing
okay.
writing that down in somewhere else. But I was like looking at it and I was like, what month did I feel my best self? And it was the month of June. And that was when we did the protein month.
Oh, yeah, the protein fiber challenge.
Yeah.
I
So
would agree with you.
I'm going back to that.
Yeah.
Just by the way, when I say I'm going back to that, I mean like this week. It has not been like earth-shattering weeks. But I was like, I'm gonna have to focus on that. I felt the best I have ever felt doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yes, the sun was out, but I mean, I think it was more to it. I think that there's more to it when I don't get my protein. I don't feel good.
Sure.
My body's not working the way it should. My brain isn't, fo it's a little foggy.
Right.
I do. I really think that that was a huge part of it. I mean, I was killing it in June because I was like determined to do it.
Yeah. You
So,
are focusing on the right things, I think.
correct.
Mm,
So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've also been eating crap like the past month. So that is another part of it. But as a whole, like even like October and November and September, like those months, not feeling the greatest, you
yeah.
know?
Yep.
So anyway, that was just a side note of what I've been thinking.
No, I think that's why we ultimately you just want to feel better with
Right.
whatever you do.
Yeah. I was walking more because it was nice out. There's a
Hmm.
whole lot going on, but I feel like the big piece of it is the food.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
speaking of the food though, I have my thing I love.
Okay. I
All
can't
right.
wait.
I know I've talked about it many times and I reference it in any video I do or anything. It is my mom just got me a new one for Christmas. So that's why I thought of it. Thank God, because this one's empty. The Trader Joe's onion salt. You can't go wrong with this seasoning. You can't.
Really?
It's my favorite. I use it on everything. It's granulated onion, granulated garlic, minced onion, kosher salt, green onion, and dried chives. I put
Well,
it on everything. My macaroni
there's
and
a
cheese. Put this
there's
on.
a lot of stuff in there.
That's it though. Like there's nothing, you know what I mean? There's
But I
no
mean, it's not just onion and
Oh
salt.
no, no, it's so good. It is so good. I put it on everything.
Is it really salty?
No, not to me at all. Not at all to me. I mean, really, it's just onion, garlic, onion again, green onion, and dried chives, and a little bit of salt. You know what I
So
mean?
different kinds of onions.
Yeah, it's
Is
so
it
good.
very oniony?
Um, doesn't taste like you're biting into an onion, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
No, it's
Oh,
the
okay.
best. You,
What's your favorite thing to put it on?
I love putting it on my eggs.
Oh, okay.
But I also love putting it on, I buy that Goodles brand macaroni and cheese,
Yeah.
which Costco now has it in bulk, just
Oh
saying.
my gosh.
Um, um, I put it on that. It's so good on there.
Wow.
I don't know. I put it in my salad. I put it on everything. I bread anything I bread with, I put this in the breading.
Oh,
If I
that
make
would be
ground
good.
beef for my family, I use it on that. I mean, I just use it for everything.
Sounds so
But my
good.
mom always gets me one for, and they're only like $1.99
Your mom gets the
or
best Christmas
2.99.
gifts.
I took picture of it. I'm gonna post it.
Ooh.
First of all, can I just tell you that she got us a 5 pack of super glue. Genius. Don't you always need super glue? We
Yes.
always
And you're
need.
always like, this is all dried out. Why do I
Yeah,
not
and you're
have
always
super
like,
glue?
don't we have super glue somewhere? And my husband's always like, I think we do. Where would it be? Like,
Yeah.
great idea.
We have it, but it's always empty or dried out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So now I have 5. It'll probably only last me a little bit of time, but I've already used one of them. But I mean, just like one of those like things that you're like, "Oh, yeah, genius, right?
It is very genius.
I know. I took a picture to send it to you. So
I
anyway,
can't wait.
are we jumping in today?
Let's jump in.
All
So I have a
right.
question for you.
Yes.
Do you like parties, first of all?
Yeah, of course. I think I do. I do. Yeah, I like going to them. I like going out. Yeah.
What I was going to ask you, what do you like about parties?
Well, if I'm being honest, I love free food.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to cook it. I don't have
Yes.
to think about it.
Yes.
I love all of that. I don't have any cleanup going to parties.
Oh, very true. I
But
didn't
even
think
at my
about that
house, I
one.
like parties. So yeah, I do. I like them. I like being social.
Mm-hmm.
I like talking to people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why you don't?
Oh no, I do. I
Oh,
do. The thing I like about parties is meeting my friends or family.
yeah.
That's always really fun. Like if you're excited to see people. I like sometimes getting dressed up because
Mhm.
normally, like even right now, I'm in my sweatpants, you know?
Mhm.
I like having to put a little makeup on and getting dressed up
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
it feels good. I like the food variety that I have not cooked and I didn't have to worry about.
Yep.
That's always really fun. So some of that is just, and like if someone has something interesting they've thought of, a game or an activity, I find that to be fun too.
Yeah. You guys are big on games, aren't you?
Well, just something like
Yeah.
you're like, oh wow, that was so fun. If even if it's just playing cards or a game
Hmm.
or I don't know, something where you're like, oh, I get to know these people a little bit better. So
Yeah.
I find it fun.
Hmm.
So the flip side of this question is, what do you not like about parties?
Um, I don't like the way I feel when I leave, usually, my pants,
Oh,
my stomach. Um, that's about it. I mean, I don't, why? Are there things you don't like about them?
yeah, my
No,
list for
wait, let's keep in mind, I don't go to many. I
okay,
mean, most of my parties are family.
okay,
So there's nothing I wouldn't like, like, like about, you know what I mean?
mm,
Like, I don't go to parties in general. So
yeah.
there's not like, yeah, but anyway.
We used to go to a bunch of office parties for when my husband used to work for different companies that were in town, and I I liked the shop process of shopping for a dress or an outfit, but the whole thing of getting there and not hardly knowing anybody,
That
having
give
to
you,
wear heels, and then your feet hurt, and like for me, sometimes it's a problem finding vegetarian food, especially if
oh,
it's like
yeah.
a cocktail hour or party or they serve hors d'oeuvres and you're like, I don't know what's in this.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
No. And then I don't really drink, so
It's also, though, I think we have somebody in our call to action group that says it's also just easy to know what to eat.
Mhm.
Because she's like, I don't have to stress over eating. I just don't eat it because it probably has meat in it.
Yeah, that's what I don't eat it either.
Yeah.
The other thing I was thinking about just now was the making of the small talk. I'm not
Hmm.
really good at it. I want to know like your whole life story in 5 minutes, and most people are like, "Whoa, lady, come on."
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're
Just
good at it. I think that you get anxiety over it more than anything.
yeah, a hundred
Yeah.
percent.
I think you're very good at it though.
I think it's a lack of confidence. So that
Yeah.
like the
I can see that. Yeah.
big parties give me a lot of stress. People I don't know. Maybe if there's like a whole dessert table and you're like, I want to try everything.
Hmm.
That can be problematic, you know?
I'm the same way. I definitely want to try everything.
Yeah.
I usually do. I'm not gonna lie, I usually do.
For me, also, if people are like, how come you're not drinking? We've talked
Oh.
about this before, but you're like, you're gonna have a glass of wine. One glass of wine is not gonna do anything. I'm like, I just don't really like it. I don't know
Hmm.
what the problem is.
People
Even if
don't
I
get it.
say I'm the designated driver, they're like, no, you have a drink.
Hmm. Yeah, they don't get it. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like I need to start lying a little bit more. I do.
Well, wait, what would you say?
I would just say something that I shouldn't, so
Oh,
you know what I
okay.
mean? Like I would just be like, I can't drink anymore. I have had a problem, which I'm not making light of anybody having a problem. That's what I mean by that. But like, because then they'll zip their lip and they'll leave you alone,
Right.
which is sad that you have to get to that point. But
Hmm.
it's really bad sometimes with peer pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We've been at office parties. This is the main like place don't really enjoy it, where I've been confused about this, where people are there, like employees and their bosses and their managers and like the whole gamut of people. It's not just you're with your peers. And people have drank so much because it's free,
Yes,
and then they behave a fool, and you're like, what are you doing? Do you not know you have to work with these people
I
and it's
know.
changed their impression of you? There was a party I went to. This woman got so drunk. I'm not going to say which party it was, but she got so drunk, she walked into the men's bathroom.
I could see me doing that if I was at that point of so drunk. That's why I can't do it.
But I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, free booze. Let's go.
Hmm.
Let's
Oh,
tear it up."
absolutely, they're like that. Yeah. I
I
don't know.
don't know.
I don't haven't been to many parties for like that, so wouldn't know. Back I guess we used to more than now, but no.
I don't know. I just don't really enjoy all of that. Like, why you want to act so silly?
I can act silly on my own.
I know we don't need to drink,
But I
and at
do like
least
watching people that are drunk. I love it.
I love it too. But I'm
I
just like,
love
if
it
you're in a,
so much.
it's definitely entertaining.
Hmm. But I've had to yell at my husband before. I'd be like, "All right, like you need to tame it down."
Yeah, for
Right?
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And he doesn't
S-
listen, but whatever.
Yep. Same to same.
All right. So where did you go with this topic?
Um, I mean, I think obviously we know like what is good about parties and what you should do to prepare for parties, but the problem is when it's not a one-off, like, and you have a bunch of things at once. It could even be dinners out or like, how do you handle that? Do you know?
How when
How do
they're
you?
back to back to back?
Yeah.
No, because I'll tell you, I went personal on this topic because I don't know if I've successfully ever not binge ate at a party.
Okay, I need to know more
I
about
really don't
this.
think I was trying really hard to think about this, and then maybe once or twice I successfully didn't eat binge to the binge point. And
Mm-hmm.
I do recognize that binge eating is a diagnosed disorder, and I have never been diagnosed with it. But when you look at what my characteristics are when I am at a party, I'm borderline on that binge eating, where I eat and eat and eat and eat and eat at a party until my stomach is hurting.
Are you aware of it?
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
Before you get to a party, are you thinking about the foods and what you want to eat?
Oh,
And
I'm already thinking about the food tomorrow that I'm going to the party. So yeah, always. And I think I have great intentions going in.
Yeah.
for the most part. And then when I get there, I think what I do is I choose food to eat first that I really don't want
Why do you think that is?
because I've tried my best to be healthy and quote unquote good in eating the best food. But it's not what I want. Like I don't
Mhm.
ever, ever, ever want to eat a vegetable tray. I don't care where I'm at. It is never in my top 10, top five, top three. It is never going to be up there on something I want to eat.
Really?
Never.
That's so interesting.
I would
First thing
do,
I'm like, oh, veggies are so yummy.
oh no, never. I mean, now I would do like dip with like crackers or dip with bread or dip with like that kind of stuff. Never would I want, that wouldn't be my first thing.
Okay.
So I think I do that first, which fills me up because it does fill you up
Sure.
and then that's not what I wanted. So then I eat something else that I really wanted. And then that
Hmm.
tasted so good. You know what I mean? Like I think it's a whole cycle.
Wow. That's really interesting. I'm the exact opposite of
I'm
you.
sure I knew you would be this whole time I was thinking about this
So, okay, why do you think this is associated with parties for you?
because there's usually a whole bunch of food there that I don't always have on hand.
Hmm.
Um and I wasn't prepared for what it was. Do you know what I mean? Like I know what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight at home or
Right?
tomorrow at home. There I don't know. So I can't form a plan before I get there. I can loosely form a plan. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? I don't
Like
understand.
I can loosely say, okay, I'm gonna have the veggie tray and a salad. But then when I see everything else, like I don't know what everything else is going to be.
Is it tastier when you're out?
Probably not.
So, am I hearing you right that you're not completely enjoying everything?
Probably not either.
Oh,
Probably not either. So I went deeper on this because I really was like, I'm definitely distracted when I'm there and I'm eating distracted. I'm not mindful. I'm definitely mindlessly eating. But I think a lot of it is that have you heard of that scarcity mindset
yeah,
where you are like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get these Cadbury eggs that come out in red and green this time of the year. Like I'm not gonna have them next week. Do you know in February, remember how we always talk about I eat those stupid chalky hearts
right.
all month because I'm only gonna get them? I feel like
Hmm.
a lot of the stuff I eat in December is the same way.
Scarcity mindset.
Hmm.
You're not going to get it again for months and months and
Right. Like
months.
my subconscious is actually going, oh my God, you're not going to get this till December. You have to eat
Mhm.
this right now. Right?
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's my mindset. And
But I thought,
I think it's rooted to when I'm a child because a lot of these foods you only do get once a year.
but I don't think you're abnormal in this. I think a lot of people are like, oh, it's a party or it's free or it's whatever. And then
Hmm.
whatever your jumping point is, you go all in, even if it doesn't taste that great or
Hmm.
even if it's not that hitting that spot because of whatever the spark is that gets you there.
Hmm.
For you, it's a scarcity mindset. For somebody else, it could be the free. For somebody else, it could be I didn't have to do all the work.
Right. I think it's all of that too. It could easily be
Hmm.
all of it on
Yeah.
different subconscious levels.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, well,
Especially
I don't
doing
have
the
to.
work.
Yeah, I didn't make it, so I might as well eat it and, eat a couple of it or whatever. I don't know.
Okay, I'm not trying to psychoanalyze you, but I wonder if it has to do with being taken care of. Like if somebody else is cooking, if somebody else is prepping, if somebody else is doing the dishes and the cleanup,
Mm.
it's like I get to be pampered for a minute and I'm going to take
Maybe.
full advantage of this.
Maybe. That's an interesting thought.
Hmm. Because I think if you're the primary cook in your house, thinking about what to make every single day, and you have to plan and you have to buy the groceries, and then you have to make sure your kitchen is ready for cooking, and then you have to make sure you can manage it in your schedule, and do I have enough time? And so all of that pressure, and then you have to clean up, and then people didn't eat the leftovers, so you have to throw that out, and it's just a lot of work, and it's exhausting.
This is very good point. I
So if someone is
wonder
doing it for you, you're like, I'm just
I
gonna
wonder if that
luxuriate
is
in
on
this.
the other subconscious part.
Oh, sure.
Like, "Oh, I'm
Well,
going to a
I'm talking
party."
about myself right now. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
but I'm thinking, like, even if, like, "Oh, I'm going to a party, I don't have to do any cooking or thinking,"
Right.
or, "Oh, this feels so good." It's like that freedom part.
Yes,
Interesting
absolutely.
thought. That's really
I
interesting. I didn't even did you just coin a term or
what?
the pampering effect? The
Oh,
pampering
yeah.
mindset? I'm writing that down
Hampering
so that
mindset.
you might have just
I
coined it.
think a lot of people who are stuck in a role, and it doesn't have to do with a man or a woman, but when you get like not released, that sounds like you're in jail, but when you get a little break from that role, you kind of go crazy in the other way.
Mhm. I have to tell you, I made, a whole bunch of chocolate-covered Oreos, like 4 packages of them, and chocolate-covered
Whoa.
caramel pretzels, um, and then I made, like, cookie bars, and then I made have you ever had thumbprint cookies?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I made all of that, and then my kids wanted to give little treat bags to their friends. So we made a whole bunch of those up, and then the neighbor and stuff like that. So I made all of this, although I didn't give any of the thumbprint cookies out.
Well, yeah, I would do
I
that.
ate the whole batch within 2 weeks, and I
Uh,
kept thinking, "I will only make these in December. I will never make them again throughout the year."
yeah.
So I know this is selfish, and I was like, "So I'm really not gonna share." And I actually was saying out loud, "These teenagers aren't gonna appreciate thumbprint cookies anyway." Like, I'm one of the only weirdos that loves jelly in my cookies. Like, you know what I mean?
But okay,
Like,
to
this
just
is
push back on you a little bit, what would be wrong for you to say, I really love these cookies, I'm not sharing them?
well, I mean, that's what I was doing,
But you didn't
essentially.
say it, you
No,
didn't
I
own
didn't.
it.
No. Mm-mm. I did give my mom some, but that was besides the point. But, like, I ate them all.
What if next time you made something that you really love, you
Mhm.
said, you know what? I love these things. I'm keeping them for myself out loud.
And divide them up per day or something like that. I could probably that would probably work.
Because then you would take the secrecy, guilt part of it out of it, and you don't have to make excuses for kids don't like it or nobody's
I
gonna
made
enjoy
every
it.
excuse that you could think, "Oh, they're kinda dry today." They weren't. Well, they kind of but whatever. I mean, there was every day that I was eating them, I was like, I'm not gonna give these to the neighbor. They're not even gonna like them. Nobody likes
Yeah,
peanut
but
cookies."
how do you know?
I know, but I think I was justifying my actions of eating a
Hmm.
whole entire batch of cookies.
Well, I think next time, as an experiment,
Yeah,
maybe one of your call to actions is to say, I'm gonna keep this all for myself and I'm gonna enjoy it no matter what.
and that's a good idea. Okay, I have one more thing too about parties for me.
Mm.
And I know we've talked about this before. The Last Supper mindset.
Oh, tell me more.
I have that at parties too, where I go, okay, this is it. I'm gonna start fresh tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna start fresh tomorrow. Or the entire month of December, I'm like, well, I don't need to worry because as soon as Christmas is over, I'm starting fresh.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people do that the entire month of December.
Oh, sure. I did it on
That's
vacation.
yeah, that's the Last Supper, like, oh, I gotta hurry up and get it all in before January 1st or whatever date we arbitrarily pick. Like,
Hmm.
and I do that at parties all the time. Well, I might as well eat it now because I'm not gonna eat this tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna be back to my clean eating. I'm gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're negotiating.
Yeah, so I just eat the hell out of everything because tomorrow I'm not gonna.
Hmm. I do that with gluten. I give
That-
myself a little break. Like yesterday or day before, I went ham. Not literally, but I ate bread and I ate I don't even
You
know. I
you had
ate
that
everything.
last I'm gonna just start fresh tomorrow, so I might as well just go
That's what
all
I did. I said that like 3 times. Tomorrow I'm back on track. Tomorrow I'm
I
back on
know.
track.
That's that whole like Last Supper mindset, I guess.
Hmm.
Like where you're just like, oh, I'm gonna start tomorrow. Like I know I'm doing it too. So I think like I just have to I don't know. I gotta work on this. I really do.
That's super interesting though. I think this is very common. Like that
I
negotiation of I'm going to enjoy myself to the fullest tonight. Tomorrow I'm back on track.
mhm, I know. It's bad. I
I
mean,
think we
it
all
is.
do it.
We probably do all. I mean, I hope I'm not alone in it. I just I don't know if people binge eat to the point where they're like so uncomfortable like I do.
Mhm.
Maybe they do though. I don't know.
I do it in secret.
So that means when you say you do it in secret, you do it when you come home versus I do it in public.
Yeah, I don't ever ruin my image in public.
Mm, okay, that's an interesting thought there. So I know that you said you went a different route and you were looking up different things for this topic. What were you?
Well, I mean, I think just to wrap up this party piece and then to move on to the piece that I was thinking about is for me, parties are the exact opposite. I don't let my guard down because I'm trying to be so proper, I guess, or I'm trying to be mindful of how much is on my plate, or I don't want any comments from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I like, I don't want any of that. So I just don't do it when I'm at parties. And typically, I'm not actually usually very hungry when I'm at parties. It's just when I come home, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to eat food.
Oh, so I'm not hungry at parties either. I eat because it's there though.
Okay.
I'm not ever hungry. I just will still eat. So that's important. Also, that's important for me to pay attention to. I'm eating and I'm not hungry. But you said something that really intrigued me and now I can't remember what it was. What were you just
But
saying?
being proper and not eating in front of people and people watching
Oh,
my
oh,
plate.
this was gonna say, I've discovered, I guess I should say, that whether I'm eating a ton or not eating anything, people are always commenting on what I'm eating.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, you're not eating very much. You're not
Right,
hungry? You didn't
right.
like it?
Was that
Yeah.
on you? Did you talk about that on your podcast or, is it, are you watching your calorie? Like, and if I'm overdoing it, they're like, "Ah, how many points is that? Or how many
Oh
calories?
boy.
Like, so I don't have I guess what I'm trying to say is I just do what I want because
Yeah.
somebody's always making comments.
That's a block for me. I'm working on not caring, but I'm
Well,
not
yeah,
there yet.
which is probably why I eat more, honestly. I'm like, I'll show you. I can do what I want.
Right. You're defiant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I probably should work on not caring too. Mm, gosh.
We can
Anyway,
meet in
yeah.
the middle.
Yes.
So then okay, when I was thinking about this, I was like, okay, we have all these parties in December and we go crazy. We eat all the cookies and we make a plan for how many cookies and what cookies. And
Hmm.
I heard cookies probably more this month than I've heard ever. And
Hmm.
then there's all the holiday foods and the things with all the butter and the things that I don't even know all the foods that would be out there. And then we're like, no, like what you said, January, I'm gonna
Shut
be
it
on
off.
track.
Boom.
I'm gonna be right back on track. I'm gonna be good in January. I'm gonna hit the gym 5 days a week. I'm
Hmm.
gonna you know what that makes me think of then is resolutions.
Yeah, of course.
People are making all these resolutions and you're like, I don't know how I feel about this. I guess it's another form of negotiation, right?
Hmm. I guess so. Yeah, probably. I never.
Like if I set my intention for January, then I can do whatever I want in December.
Yeah. So that's probably what we do.
I think, don't you?
Yeah. I'm gonna just do whatever I want because in January I'm gonna exercise 5 days. I'm gonna eat all healthy and vegetables and that, yeah. No sugar. I'm not gonna have any sugar. I'm gonna detox from that. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we negotiate that
Oh,
subconsciously.
yeah. So then I was like, well, what are the things that people typically put on their resolution list? Because I was really
Mhm.
curious. So I Googled it and it was like, the first thing that came up,
Lose 10
obviously,
pounds.
well, no, but a gym membership. So people go crazy and they're like, I'm signing up for the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And then they probably go for the first week and then they're like, oh, I don't have time anymore.
Sometimes they don't even go at all.
Maybe, but they sign up for sure.
Right.
The next few kind of surprised me. Travel,
Hmm. Okay.
a new hobby, spend carefully.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I said that coming home, like we spent a lot of money on vacation. I have to be really mindful when I go home. I'm not gonna buy anything we don't need. It's an excess. I said that.
You were already preparing for this topic and you didn't even know it.
I didn't even know it. You're right. You're right.
That's
Quit smoking
surprising me
and
though.
drinking. What's
Yeah, I've heard of the quit smoking and drinking for sure.
Mhm.
I'm actually surprised it's farther down on the list.
Well, I don't know if this was in
Oh,
order, but
okay.
read more. I've said that too.
I've made that many times. Like I've been like, I'm gonna read whatever, and then I never keep track. God,
Learn cooking and sleep on time.
really?
Yeah. Okay,
Hmm.
so I have some numbers for you.
Okay, tell me 'em.
About 3 in 10 adults choose resolutions involving exercise or eating healthier.
That's it?
Hmm.
I
And about a
know 8 in 10 adults that I could tell you are doing that this year. I'm just
they didn't
saying.
survey the right people. I
They
don't
did
know.
not. Go on.
About a quarter said that they'll make a resolution involving losing weight, and a similar, excuse me, similar number said they'll resolve to make changes about priorities of money or mental health and self-care.
Hmm. I
There
mean, in
was,
my opinion, those all go together.
yeah, for sure.
Priorities, self-care, mental health, and eating and exercise. That's all one package deal.
Hmm.
That you do one, you take care of one, and the other one's kind of all interlooped together.
Yeah. Also, Forbes Health did a poll and they found that 8% of respondents kept their goals for 1 month.
Mm.
22% kept their goals for 2 months, and 13% kept their goals for 4 months. And the typical time that people kept their resolutions was 2 to 3 months, with only 1% of people finishing the year out with their resolutions.
Wow.
Isn't that
So,
something?
you know what I was gonna say though is like I always start the year saying I'm gonna eat healthier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yep.
think I really do that most of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's work. Like I have to work at it all year long, with the exception of a week here or a couple weeks here or a couple days here where I'm out on a bender or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, I guess I wouldn't be in that 1%, but I do.
Yeah.
But I don't
You,
really make crazy New Year's resolutions.
yeah, I don't think I do either. Except I do feel that pull of, oh, I ate all this stuff. Now I need to get, you know, like a routine and I need to work out. And
Hmm.
we were running through the airport because we almost missed our flight. And I'm like, I need to train with a backpack on because I need to run like I'm gonna miss my flight.
I wish I could have seen you guys running through the airport. That cracks me up. Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
this is ridiculous running with a backpack on, trying to get to,
Oh
the
my
next
gosh. I
flight.
would love for you to go on your Peloton with a backpack on. Oh my God, that would
But
be
that like
great.
occurred to me. I need to train like this because I don't know what next
When you're
time I'm
going to be
gonna.
running through an airport again.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So,
Hmm.
and I think part of the reason why some of these resolutions fail is, first of all, we're negotiating with ourselves, perhaps unrealistically,
And we're
that
only negotiating once. We're not going to the
right,
table again.
right. And then we set these massive goals like in January I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Okay,
Right.
is that's not even that's not even practical. That's not
No,
even real.
no.
So that means that you really don't want to do it.
Ooh, do you think that's
It's
what it
just
means?
it's just a way to be able to eat in December.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that there comes a point in January where we really do have good intentions.
Oh, sure.
But
Yeah.
that's a whole other topic, I think. Like
It's just an
intention.
intention. It's not an actual plan.
Right.
And that's the other piece of this is, do you have an actual plan?
Hmm.
How are you
No, I
going to do it?
don't.
How
I
are you going
need
to
to
break
sit
it
down
down?
and write a plan, which is what I plan on doing when I do my Sunday, you know,
Hmm.
whatever thing that for my family.
The meal planning.
I'm gonna do my breakfast and lunches as well
Right. Right.
because I think
I
that's the only way I can do it.
selfishly, I would love to put a plug in for us. We can help people make a
Hmm.
plan. We
This
can
is true.
help them be accountable for what they say aloud. We can remind them, hey, you said you were going to eat more vegetables, did you?
Yes,
So I think if they're looking for something, we are definitely one avenue to go to seek accountability.
it's a great point. It's a great point. And I've been posting a lot about things we've learned. I went through my notebooks and I was like highlighting things, and it's so fun to look back on the year and read everything that everybody's done this year.
And I have definitely been inspired by people, cleaning up. I've cleaned a lot of stuff up this year because I'm like, oh yeah, I should clean too.
I took 3 bags to Goodwill yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Hmm. Sure did. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
so I
you're
I
right.
think we can definitely help people in whatever format, and we're not very expensive compared to other plans. So
It's another great point. You're full
yeah.
of them tonight.
Well, I just like I want to help people, but in all selfishly, it helps me too.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a good point.
like I get inspired by people.
So much.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
really true. So, do you have a call to action for this week?
Why don't you go first?
Oh my gosh, of course. Well, I'm actually going to a party tomorrow at my
Hmm.
sister's, and I guess it's not really a fair call to action because it's just going to be tomorrow. It's not the whole week. But I would like to, and I wrote this down. I want to ask, what am I in the mood for? And I want to just start really saying, like, am I even in the mood for salty or sweet? Because I don't even
Okay.
know when I'm at parties. I'm just
Hmm.
eating whatever I see. So I really want to check in with myself more throughout the party.
I like
Makes
it.
sense.
Okay, so do you think you'll change your party behavior?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think I will. I think I will. I'm also going to weigh myself every single day this week and put it in the app.
Okay.
So, but
Um,
that's a side note. I'm going to write that down too.
that's good.
Yeah. What about you?
Um, I think I didn't have a specific one. I kind of want to continue what I've been doing, which is chewing more, pausing and listening to my body. I think I would want to continue some of that because I feel better.
And yeah, I was going to say, you can feel it in your body, don't you think?
Yeah,
Not just like
100%.
mentally feel better, but like you feel it.
Yeah, I do feel it.
Hmm.
And I just feel better. Like I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable. I don't need to eat more.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say that I'm full because I don't know if I know what that means, but I'm comfortable right now and I don't need more food.
That's a good point. I don't know if I know what I'm full.
Well, we've talked about that, but I think it's just like, okay, this is a good stopping point.
Hmm. Okay. I like it. I think you
Yeah.
could do it again. All right,
I'm
is it
gonna
a low
I'm
key week
gonna
for you?
it's a low key week. We do have a party tomorrow night, but I'm making dessert, so we'll see what I make. I don't know.
Oh, well, I have to make a dessert for tomorrow too. I don't know what I'm gonna make.
If you get an idea, let me know.
Um, Mine would be super easy the compared to what you're gonna make, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm bringing something. I don't know what though.
Yeah. And I want to just say if someone is interested in either our call to action group or our weigh-in group, they're both very different flavors for different people. Just reach out to us. You can email us, message us, whatever you want. It'll be in the show notes. And we're we want to help you.
And we want to become partners for I mean, we become families is really what we become. It's not even like a partner.
Absolutely.
Like we become, oops, sorry, that was my phone. We become family throughout the year.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
love it so
Yeah,
much.
definitely. Me too. So, anyway,
All right. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.